Hello, today we're going to be looking at means and variances of random variables. We'll also look at standard deviations as well. Now, we're going to have probability distributions, and we want to find different statistics. For instance, if this is a lottery, 99.9% of the people will not win, but 0.1% of the people will win $500. What is the average payoff? So in order to solve this, what we do is we multiply 0 times this to get 0, 500 times 0.001, which would be 0.5. So if we add these together, we would get the average payout, which would be about 50 cents. So what that means is if this is the situation, you'd have to sell the raffle tickets for more than 50 cents in order to make a profit. Now, this is not a mean like an X bar, or X bar means the mean of a sample. We're not because we're not taking the average of a set of data. We call this mean mu. This is we look at this as either the population or the theoretical mean. So if I want to find the mean of a situation, mean of random variable x, what we do is we take each x and multiply it by our p, and we take the sum of all of them. So I multiply these, multiply those, and so on all the way till I get to the end. And then this big E means we're summing all of those up. And when we do that, we get the mean. It's oftentimes called the expected value, but it's also called the mean. Both of them are the same term. There's two other formulas that we need to know. The variance is going to be, all right, and so the variance is going to be the sum of each x minus its mean squared times its probability. And in order to find the standard deviation, we just have to square root that value. It won't make much sense right now. Right now, it's just good to write down the formulas, and then we'll go through them. All right, here's a good example. If I want to find the mean and variance of the situation. So the mean, we'll just know it's the sum of all x times our p's. So to do that, I just take 0 times 0.3, which is 0, 1 times 0.4, which is 0.4, 2 times 0.2, 0.2, 3 times 0.1, 0.3. And now I'll add those up to get 1.1. I should have given you the context. On a given day, Linda thinks that she could sell a car with these probabilities. So the amount of cars sold, she expects to sell about 1.1 cars. Now it says the variance. The variance is a little tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to take each x value, we're going to subtract it from its mean and square it, and then multiply it by its probability. So now, and then once we do that, we got to sum that all up. So now what we do is we're going to take each x value. So I'm going to take 0 minus 1.1 squared multiplied by my probability, which is 0.3, plus my x value 1 minus 1.1 squared times my probability, plus so on and so on. And finally, plus 3 minus 1.1 squared times 0.1. Now you just have to type this all in your calculator, and you'll find the variance. All right, so if you plug that in your calculator, you should get 0.89 for variance. So now if we want to find our standard deviation, what we do is we square root 0.89, and we should get a value which is 0.943. And so on. So here we found the mean, variance, and standard deviation. Now that's a long way. Now on an AP exam free response, they expect you to be able to show this work. On a multiple choice though, however, there's a quicker way. So if we hit stat enter, you have your L1 and your L2. If we put it like this, L1, L2. This is a little tricky because people have different calculators. If you hit stat to the right, calc, enter, that's one variable stats. Now some people don't have this screen, so if I hit L1, comma, L2, it'll look like this. It gives you your mean, which is 1.1. It doesn't give you your variance, but it goes straight to your standard deviation, 0.9433. Now, if we square this, we can go get up to our variance, and hopefully, since we knew we square rooted it, I don't have to do that for you. But if we square that, then we'll get to 0.89 and find our variance. Now, hopefully, you are able to do you're on your own.